it was hardly anything. Now, there are some areas in the game that are a little tricky, and there's a little bit of moon. I don't know if there's like an excess of moon logic to this game, but there's, I don't know. There might be a little bit, not too much though. Okay, just a few more seconds, and I see the counters rolling toward 5 minutes, and that's probably about enough to really get people before we get started here. All right, soulmates. I just had to get myself a drink of coffee here. I'm gonna try to remember all the all the stuff that I did to beat this game. I hope I don't screw it up. And I hope the levels are good too. Anyway, that's about 5 minutes, guys. Let's get right into it and let's do this. Hit number 1. And there's that sweet, sweet music, guys. Well, that's just the Philips CDI intro. This came out for PC and it came out for CDI, by the way. Just a fun little fact there, guys. Moon logic means solutions that you would never, ever expect. Like, what in the world were they thinking to make that combination of items the solution? Like something that's completely nonsensical. Alright, so here it is, guys. This is the interface we got right here, and there. Okay, I'm in DOSBox now. Alright, so first thing we want to do, we're not going to be loading anything, we're going to start a new game. And this right here, this is the alley with a shadow filter on it that makes it look all cartoony behind Scott Anger's office. Anyway, let's get right into it, and you can really get a view of the FMV, guys, because this is going to be wild. And listen for the voiceover. Yeah. Check it out, guys. This game is great. Yeah, really putting down that hard-boiled vibe, isn't it? Yeah, like every other PI ever, Scott Anger has a little bit of an alcohol issue.
I'm Scott Anger.
Yeah, there he is.
I'm a private investigator.
If the levels...
I've been out of the office for a month doing a little too much thinking and a lot too much drinking. Now I was out of the gutter and back at my desk. I needed something to get me back into the swing of things. 2 seconds later, she walked in.
Pretty good, Lucia. Nice to see you, my friend. Hope you're enjoying this. Okay, fun fact, this is an Australian game,
Mr.
guys.
Spencer?
No, I'm Scott Anger. That's Ralph Spencer over there.
Yeah, he's like the boss.
How can we help you, Mrs.
Klein. Miss Carol Klein. It's my brother, Dan. We're from Oregon, and he has a job here in the city. He always sends a check home, every month, always. Nothing came in June. Now it's nearly the end of July. I'm so worried. The police have not been helpful.
They're not as a rule, Miss Klein, but we are. Our fee is $20 a day with a $100 retainer.
That's an awful lot of money, Mr. Anger.
I'm sure your brother is worth it. We'll need a photo.
Yes, of course.
Keep in mind, this takes place in like the mid-1940s
Tell
about.
me about him.
He was boarding at 224 Mason Street. But I found out it was knocked down in May. I don't know where he is or who his friends are. In his last letter, he did say he'd met a girl.
Maybe they eloped.
Dan would never do anything shameful.
Of course he wouldn't. Where can I contact you, Miss Klein?
Eloping?
I
Oh,
live in Yellow
shit.
Plains, Oregon. I'm afraid I don't have a phone. Please write me when you find him.
I'll do better than that. I'll bring him home.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, Scott.
It's been a while since I made a woman smile. It made me want to find her brother, so I could see that smile again.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Ralph?
I reckon Dan didn't put much into those letters, unless she knows more than she's telling. But her money's good, and that buys 3 days of your time.
Only 3 days?
That's right. On August 1st, you start a new case. You're taking the train to New York to put a tail on a crooked lawyer named Thurston Granger. So get going, partner.
So, solid acting, as you can see from some of these people. Now, your partner is probably like one of the worst actors in the game. All right. So, hopping right into this, you do have a time limit. You have a time limit of like 2.5 days, actually. It's not even 3 days, because it's already noon in your office right now. By the way, if the levels aren't right, guys, let me know here so I can, make some adjustments. But I think the levels are pretty good because I tested it earlier. Anyway, there's a few items you got to grab on your desk here. You got to grab this photo of your ex.
A photo of Angela Donald. She's dead now. My fault. I don't want to think about it because if I do, I'll need a drink and then another, and before long I'll be waking face down in the gutter again.
All right. Yeah, you want to grab this photo of her. It's not absolutely essential, but it might help a little bit. But then you probably want to grab the camera here. And then there's this pen right here.
A fountain pen. There are two kinds of pens in this world, the kind that leak and the kind you lose.
Because we're going to need it in one of the later acts, all right? And we're just going to throw that in our inventory. Now, look at your inventory here, guys. Look at this. You got 5 items in there already. And the interface on this is kind of wild because I got to hit both of my mouse buttons in order to open my inventory. I have no idea why they didn't just let you right-click on your mouse in order to open it, because it would make so much more sense, right? Anyway, here's the typewriter. We got to use this to save our game, just like in Resident Evil and stuff. So we're just gonna overwrite this bad boy. We're gonna say day 1 early, okay? Yeah, the acting in this game is sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It's like a mix of Australian and American actors. You can always tell almost when the Australians are acting because you hear all these weird syllables and you'll hear slippages of the accent and stuff. That girl that just came in here at the beginning was Australian. Scott Anger's voice is American, by the way, just letting you guys know. And this guy, he's probably Australian. Anyway, let's grab a smoke here.
That's one you owe me.
Grab a smoke here. We're going to need that. And we don't really need anything else in the office. Now, this part is going to be a little interesting.
I want my rent now. Today. 150 smackaroos.
Ah, landlords, am I right? All right, so we got to... Now, let's take a look at Scott's wall here to see what he's got. He's got 114.90... 95. Okay, so he doesn't have 150 smackaroos. So what are you to do? Huh? Okay, well, what you do here, because here's what's going to happen if you try to... Here's what happens if you try to get past the guy.
No, you don't, bub.
And here's what happens if you try to talk to him.
Jack nothing, fella. I want money, not one of your lame excuses. Nobody wants to buy your lame excuses.
That's okay. I ain't selling them.
Okay, so you're not going anywhere, dude. Oh, that's another mechanic, the watch. We'll talk about that later, but what you want to do here is you want to take out $50. You don't want to give him any more than that because there's no reason to. Actually, I didn't. See, you can't just put money back in your wallet. That's another little mechanic thing that's a little questionable about this game. All right. So now we placate him with $50, all right?
That'll do. But I want the rest in 7 days or you're both out.
Look at that close-up. Dude, this
Thanks
game...
for backing me up there, Ralph.
Sorry, Scott. I'll handle him next time.
Gonna do a good job. I think he's serious.
Good Lord. Ralph, you are so useless. All right.
Not without my hat.
So the first day, there's
Good
not...
luck, partner.
Likewise, my car. It has an engine that runs and the right amount of wheels.
Okay. So there's not a lot we can do the first day, but there's a few things that we need to do. Now, first thing we want to do is go into the back here into his trunk and grab the tire iron. Now, you may... It's not real obvious that you can go into his trunk, but you can, and it provides you with an additional inventory space. And you gotta kind of pixel hunt on his car here and find this button right at the very bottom to get into his trunk. Anyway, and then you gotta go into the glove box there to get to the map. So again, not real obvious. but you know, you play these games for a while, you figure these things out. So, first thing we need to do with Scott is go to the barber. And we want to go to the barber every day because Scott needs to have a clean-shaven appearance for a lot of different stuff. And if you don't get...
the barber. I'm always polite to Mac. Never insult a man who's handy with a cutthroat razor.
Hey, Mac. How you doing, bud?
Howdy, Mac.
Good to see you.
Hey, Scott.
Mac's a real friendly guy, but he does not like to talk about anything.
July 29. Morning edition. Mayor announces new crime reform. Seems the mayor thinks there are too many criminals running around, so he's going to teach them a lesson. Let me guess. Spelling? Math?
Well, Scott, with everything that goes on in this game, you might actually be glad that he's doing that.
Towel time. I tell you, Scott, what's got 4 legs and smells like glue? Periwig. Is that horse a nag or what?
Mac's a booker, guys. He takes bets from people all over the city. It's like he moonlights, essentially.
Do you believe it? Tiger's Revenge, race 4, 10 on the nose. Got it. Finish. You got my nickel? Have a nice day, Scott.
Oh, a shave that only costs a nickel. Those were the days, right? Now, maybe you didn't notice there, but he only shaved half of Scott's face, and that's the weirdest thing. I assume just because it took too much time to have him shave the whole face. But yeah, what I did here is I grabbed some hair from the ground, which is so nasty, but you actually need the hair later on in the game, so I'm going to grab that right now. And let's get out of here,
See
guys.
you tomorrow, Scott.
Now, there's not a lot we can do the first day because there's only so much. But what we can do is go to the diner here.
Meg's Diner. Not much wrong with it, except the customers don't talk, the staff are rude, and the food's lousy. Reminds me of home.
And there's actually two
Meg
things.
is never glad to see me, and she never says goodbye. Hello, Meg. Can't buy that sort of honesty.
Man, it's like eating at a Coney Island, I swear to God. All right, so there's two things we need to get in here. One of the things that we need to get, excuse me, one of the things we need to get is donuts and coffee.
Thanks.
Okay, so we eat one, and then we just grab
I'm
the other.
full. I'll save this for later.
Now, the reason that we get the donut is because we got to deal with a cop friend of ours. All right, let's pay the check. And now we'll look at this, and now we're going to order something else.
I'll try the blue plate special.
Just the way she serves it, like, come on, spruce it up a little bit. All right, so we don't really need... We want to get the silverware, okay? We're just going to outright steal her silverware. And she's not going to say boo about it.
Not hungry?
Not after I saw that.
And now we're just going to leave without tipping her.
Where's the tip?
Where's the service?
There he is. Oh yeah, I mean, it's not... The thing about it is, this old game here, it's not even really about the graphics. They were pretty much just taking pictures of real people in real settings. It's like they were making a movie, pretty much, and then they just made a game out of it. So they filmed them with a real camera, and filmed all these scenes, and hired all real actors and all that business. So these people are really dressed up on real sets and stuff. And yeah, man, that's the gist of a full motion video game. Anyway, we're gonna go to the police station now, because we got to get some info out of our friend, Officer Denton.
The city police station, guaranteed to contain criminals, police, and bad coffee.
The capability of graphics back in '96 were
Officer Jim Denton. When I
okay-ish.
first met him, Denton had a wife, a job in homicide, and a stomach ulcer. The wife skipped. The homicide job went when he stood up for me the time I got caught concealing evidence. Now he's got a dead-end posting at the front desk. He's still got the ulcer.
Hey! Look what dragged himself up out of the gutter.
Glad I've got your sympathy.
I'm oozing sympathy.
Oh.
But no more shootouts, okay?
I was drunk.
What if
No
you
promises.
people and not bottles? I like you, Anger. I'll let you go. But if I catch you with a gun again, I'm gonna revoke your private investigator's license, and you're out of wake. You understand?
Wake.
They're all hot.
Glad to see you back, Anger. I mean that. Are you on a case, or are you here to practice your insults?
That was almost a really good performance from this guy. And then he shifted into a New York accent all of a sudden. Like, why, dude? And the kicker is, this guy's American born. He immigrated to Australia. And he can't get his accent straight. Anyway, let's ask him about our suspects here. And we only got 2 people here. Let's ask him about Dan Klein.
Tell me about Dan Klein.
Never heard of him. I guess he ain't done anything wrong yet.
And he don't know squat about Dan Klein, right? Which is a little curious.
Tell me about Angela Donald.
Anger?
Ooh, we didn't like that.
This once. We're taking care of that, and I don't want you looking into it. If anybody gets hurt, you're gonna get charged. You understand?
He's mad. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do now. Since we're a PI, right, guys? We're a PI. So what do you do when you're a PI and you happen to have a photo of somebody? You ever seen all those movies and cartoons where they just flash the picture at everyone and say, you know this guy? Well, obviously that's what we're gonna do here, man. Because maybe someone goes by an alias. So we're gonna show him this picture of Dan.
That's Dan Small.
Dan Small?
Pretty sure.
Dan Small.
Dan Klein is known around town as Dan Small. A
Yep.
man with an alias is a man with a secret.
Alright, so now we know that around here he goes by Dan Small. Curious, right? Okay, well, let's ask him about Dan Small.
Tell me about Dan Small.
Do I look like I got nothing to do except your work?
Okay, he's not happy with us right now. Every time he does a close-up like that and has a reaction where he's just not gonna talk to you, what you want to do is you want to take your donut out and give it to him. And that gives him a little mood
Thanks.
boost.
Better get a refill.
He's hangry. Officer Denton, he's hangry for donuts. Every time he gets mad at you, just give him a
raid
donut.
roster. It's a schedule of upcoming license raids on clubs. Let me see. August the 1st. Rostered offices, Scully and Coleman. Establishment, number 1, Dog Alley. Proprietor, Jacob Turner.
Alright, so what we just grabbed is a raid roster. And we want to take that because we need it to get into another building later. And when you do that, you want to be quick and you want to put it in your inventory because if Denton sees you with it, he's going to be real mad with you. Alright, so let's ask him about Dan Small.
Tell me about Dan Small.
Small fry, more
Hey.
than likely. Haven't pinned anything on him yet. But I heard he hangs around with lowlife.
Got any names for me?
No one springs to mind.
No one springs to mind, huh? Well, thanks, Officer Denton, but I guess it's about time for me to be hitting the old dusty trail, my friend. That's about all the
Stay out of
info.
trouble till I see you again.
Depends on where you see me.
Depends on where the trouble is.
That's about all the info we're going to get out of Denton for now. So let's go to the newspaper office where our ex-girlfriend, Anger's ex-girlfriend, works. Keep in mind, everything is timed throughout the day. The newspaper office closes
Tribune
before the
wakes
police
town
station.
with the latest scandal and strife, and then serves up seconds in the afternoon edition at 2 o'clock. If you want old news, you can dig in the Tribune's morgue. Old news, like Frankie and me. Frankie Henderson. It's a man's world, so she got a man's name to work in it. We had a thing going once, but then she found Angela and I together, close together. I was gonna tell her. Trust a journalist to find out first.
She was not happy.
Hello, Frankie.
Hello, Scott.
Are you pleased to see me?
In this place, I'm pleased to see a cockroach.
Listen to this accent.
Sure I am. You're conscious? I like that in a man.
Clean, sober, and back in business.
Business. I should have known you weren't just here to see me.
So she's very obviously Australian because her accent isn't like completely perfect, but it's like cartoonishly Southern. Anyway, it's fun. You don't let it bother you too much. You just have fun with it. Like the accent in this game are all over the place because they couldn't decide what dialect they wanted to go with, I guess. But you just kind of put it in the back of your mind and imagine, I don't know, maybe everyone's just comes from different places and just let it go. Let it go. All right, let's ask her about Dan Small here.
Tell me about Dan Small.
Dan who? Never heard of him. Newspapers don't write themselves, Scott. I'm busy.
All right. So, she does not like that too much. She's a little agitated. Don't ask her about Angela Donald, by the way, or else she will kick you out of the building, which will not be great.
He's cute. Friend of yours?
Nope. Ever seen him?
No. I'd like to.
Ooh. Trying to make me jelly, are you there? Frankie, baby. I didn't know you still cared. All right. With that, let's go ahead and knock on the door here. Now, you may not realize it, but you can actually go to the morgue here and ask for previous stories that the newspaper's done.
Be my guest.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and ask about Dan Small.
What have you got on Dan Small?
See if they got anything.
Nothing.
Curious.
Nothing. Dan never made the news, so he's either very, very good or exactly the opposite.
Okay. They don't have anything on Dan Small, but they probably have something on Angela Donald, so let's see if they do have anything.
What have you got on Angela Donald?
What's
Ooh.
done is done, Scott. That woman has hurt you enough. Let the police handle it.
Frankie is awfully suspicious about Angela Donald, but she kind of has a right to be considering that she lost you over her. But anyway, they have a story in there about Angela Donald, but you can't get at it quite yet. And if we go into our inventory, you can do some stuff with some of your inventory, like you can give her the cigarette, but you want to keep the cigarette. Don't give her the cigarette. And if you show her the photo of Angela, she's just going to get mad at you. So, well, we don't have anything else that we have to do here today, so let's just show it to her.
Damn you, Anger. Haven't we both been through enough? Take it and get out.
So now Frankie's mad at me. She usually takes a day to cool down.
Okay. That's just for funsies. Like, we're going to be back here tomorrow, so it doesn't really matter. And I think we've done pretty much everything that we can really do at this point in the game, so we can go back to Anger's office right now.
My office. It's on the second story of an old brownstone facing the street. It suits me. I can keep an eye on my hubcaps. They're worth more if you've got the full set. Here I am again. Every private investigator has an office, same as every dog has a kennel. Mine doesn't have quite as many old bones lying around.
By the way, the hat there, sometimes it's completely random, honestly. The hat is just going to not go on the hook sometimes when you enter the room. What you want to do when the hat doesn't land after he throws it is you want to pick it up, because later in the game, you're going to be you'll be in a little bit of trouble if you don't pick it up. Anyway, let's check the time here. We have to go to Jake's joint, but right now it's only 4 o'clock, right? And the place opens at 6, I think. Yeah. Now, the thing about the game, like I said, it's on a timer, so it takes time to travel across town and all that. And, well, right here, we're going to type up our story. And when you save the game, it takes an hour off the game, because obviously it takes Scott time to type up his report. The game is really punishing if you don't know what to do. But anyway, let's go ahead and save over this bad boy. We'll just call it day 1. Eve. Can't put a G on there. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. All right. So we got all the stuff we need. Ooh, he's still here.
Business is booming, Scott. Brewer's away somewhere, and we're getting business that might have gone to him.
Brewer, for his sake, he better stay out of town.
Don't be sore at Brewer for what happened while you were drunk, Scott.
It was Brewer who was pouring the drinks.
For a whole month? Anyway, keep moving on the Klein case. July's getting old. I'll man the phone and look after the other cases.
You lazy... Ralph is the laziest PI I've ever seen. What are you good for, Ralph? Oh, my goodness. Let's go.
Good luck, partner.
Likewise.
Yeah, thanks. I'll need it. Good God, Ralph. You slob. He's just sleeping all day. Let me do all the work. God almighty. What is that lady even paying for? Okay. Let's check the time, guys. Because, it is about 5:30. So we're going to need to twist that to about 6. Oh, wait, no, it was like 4:30, wasn't it? My bad. Alright, we'll just give this the old twisteroo, and that's about good. And now we're going to go to Jake's joint, which is a real sleazy dive bar.
Jake's joint. It's only open nights. Last time I was here, I had my gun in my hand and a sea of broken glass at my feet. I hope Jake's memory is worse than mine.
Spoiler, it is not.
You come to get drunk and shoot up the place again? Beat it, till I can think of a reason to start liking you.
Oh, I got a reason for you to like me there, Jake. Here, give him the raid roster, and he's as pleased as a pig in poo. What do you think, Jake?
This I can use.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Watch your step.
Don't let me nip at your heels there, Baldy. Go fix me a drink, will ya?
I'll let you in, but I ain't gonna serve you.
Ah, why you gotta be like that, Jake?
Sit with your pals.
Pals is stretching it a little bit, Jakey. No, he is not going to do anything. Well, he's going to do something,
Louisville
but
Mickey Murphy.
you'll see
a
later.
Nice guy with a wise face. As a fence, he's pretty straight.
Scotty.
Ashley
Mickey.
McPherson goes by the name of Gigi.
I
He
can't imagine
goes to
why.
ponies.
Hey, Anger.
Red Randall Hanna, a goon for hire. He talks straight, but not a lot. He's got more morals than a piranha, but it's a close call.
So, who's for a drink?
Oh, a drink. Well, I could... Alright. So, 3 guesses which one of these guys... Well, yeah, 3 guesses, right? Which one of these guys do you think is the most suspicious of the bunch? Like, you'll see as time goes on. I really don't want to spoil it for you, but let's go ahead and show them this photo here of Dan.
Dan Small. Nice picture. Look at those teeth.
Yeah.
And Small,
He says like he doesn't know already.
Think it was.
someone else.
Alright. Now, what you gotta do in order to get any info out of these guys, whatever, is you gotta play poker with them. And you don't have to be good at poker, but you gotta play poker with them. You gotta play a hand of poker. Alright, and you don't have to ask them about Angela, because look at the response that we're gonna get from showing this picture of Angela to them.
We were real sad to hear what happened to her.
For some reason, I did not expect Mickey to be
Who's for
bald
another
underneath his
drink?
hat. Your sympathy is duly noted there, Red. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna play a hand.
The poker game. Minimum bet is $1. Table limit is 20. Some nights I nearly lose my shirt, but the table talk is worth it. I get my best leads here.
And what you... Well, actually, let me show you what happens if you try to talk to them before you play poker.
Tell me about Dan Small.
What are you doing? You know the rules. You lay and bet you play a hand. You ask ask a question, you get an answer. You don't play, you don't learn nothing. How hard is that already?
It seemed a little long-winded for what the explanation for how this mechanic works is, but you know, it's good. It works. Anyway, let's play a hand. All right, so you want to lay down a buck. Don't lay down any more than that. You're just wasting your money because the computer kind of loves to cheat at poker. Every so often you
Which
win.
ones
though.
will I throw out?
Oh, well, this isn't like a terrible hand. We've got some stuff we can work with here, maybe. God, I don't know. We'll just throw out the 6. It doesn't matter. We're only asking one question, all right? Okay, we'll just click OK.
I'll take 1.
3 cards here, 3 my way.
3 cards.
Okay.
GG stayed. Mickey raised. Red raised.
And hopefully the pot will not go up so high that
GG called.
it gets crazy.
Mickey raised. Red raised.
It really doesn't matter if we earn money from this or not because we're gonna, well, we're gonna earn a lot more money later in the game. I'll say that much. And it's not gonna be related to this.
GG raised. Mickey raised. Red dropped.
If you feel really confident, you can go over here and raise your bet, but there's no reason.
GG raised. Mickey raised.
I just think it's so funny the way they're kind of like doing the cheap route about animating this and kind of just highlighting the cards instead of having them do some kind of video or something. But, you know, there's too many variables, I think.
GG dropped.
Hey.
Hey, Mickey won. All right. Figures. All right.
Okay, Scotty. What do you want to know?
Tell me about Dan Small.
Tell me about Dan Small.
No. I haven't seen him around lately. No.
Yeah, he used to hang around with Freddie Creel. They were as thick as thieves.
Thick as thieves. That's funny, thieves.
Wasn't that clever there, Red? I mean, don't get too excited, dude. All right, so because they just mentioned Freddie Creel, we're gonna play one more hand. All right, look at how much money we lost during that. We lost like 20 bucks, right? So that's why you only want to bet a buck, guys. Do not bet any more than $1 when you do
Which
this.
ones will I throw out?
Oh boy. Well, I kind of want to throw out the 10. Kind of want to throw out the Jack. Let's see if we get lucky.
2, thanks, Mickey.
3 cards here, 3 my way.
3 cards.
That's actually not a bad hand, I don't think. All right.
GG stayed. Mickey raised. Red called.
Now just watch, because we're gonna win. I think we're actually just not gonna get that much money, probably.
GG called.
You win, Anger.
That's right. I got a full house, baby.
Okay, Scotty. What do you want to know?
Tell me about Freddie Creel.
Tell me about Freddie Creel.
Yeah, they pulled him out of that crusher, put a stamp on him, and posted him to the coroner. Posted him to the coroner, that's funny. Read the newspaper, Anger, you'll learn a lot.
Really? Okay, so how much money do we have now? I'm curious. Okay, we won like... See, they didn't give us that much money because we actually won with a full house, man. Of course not. We won like $6. Whatever, we're done here.
So, Dan associated with Freddie Creel. The clean boy from Oregon is getting dirtier all the time.
All right.
Freddie Creel faced his end.
It's not done yet.
Literally
Sorry,
in a
guys.
crusher. The paper and the police will have the gory details.
So let's take a look at our wallet now, guys. Actually, let's take a look at our watch. I meant to say our watch. What time is it right now? Okay, it's past 9. And believe it or not, it's getting a little bit past Scott's bedtime, because we got to get up early every day. You have to keep a schedule in this game. So we're going to drive back to Anger's office. And we are done for the day with...
Back at my office. Ralph doesn't mind me staying here until I get the money for a new apartment. I think he likes to boast about our 24-hour phone service.
24-hour phone service that we can't pay for, by the way. All right, you see, the hat landed right there that time, so we don't have to pick it up. If it falls, be sure you pick it up and get in the habit of that, or else we'll just overwrite that. Day 1, end. Okay. Now, what you do, in order to get Scott to sleep here, you just click on the couch, and he goes Betty-bye. Wake up, Scotty. We got work to do. Alright, so what time is it right now? It is... Ooh, look at that. It is exactly 7 o'clock. So let's GTFO, guys. Alright. Let's take a look here. Can we go to the foundry yet? No, we gotta go to the barber. So let's go to the barber and get ourselves clean shaven, man. Get ourselves a nice shave. I wonder if he's got a...
Back at Max.
I wonder if he's
Another
got a
day,
bathroom Scott can
another
use.
nickel.
What's in the news today, I
July
wonder?
30. Morning edition. How about this heat? A record for July. Can't argue with that. It's been hotter than a torch singer's lullaby. And drier than a martini that's 99% gin.
Now, there's no real reason to look at the paper every day other than to know what's on everyone's mind.
Towel time.
How about that Freddie Creel guy? I bet they had to slide him under the pearly gates. Do you believe it? I'm not taking any more of your bets. You don't pay and you're a lousy loser.
Whew. Look at Mac laying down the law, guys. Evidently, someone got a little sore over losing at horse races.
Finish.
Thanks, Mac. We appreciate it.
You got my nickel?
Maybe I do and maybe I don't.
Have a nice day, Scott.
All right, let's get
See you
out of here,
tomorrow,
man.
Scott.
So, we don't have tons of time today. We're going to go to the diner, because we're going to need a donut for later, probably, to placate poor Denton, because Denton is kind of a wild card.
What does not kill me makes me stronger.
Sometimes Denton just gets mad at you for no reason. All right, let's grab the donuts and coffee.
Donuts and coffee, thanks.
And we need to be quick, because we don't have a lot of time today.
I'm full. I'll save this for later.
And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do this all in time. So let's get right on out of here.
Where's the service?
You know, you'd think they should just tell me to get out eventually after I just never tip her. But let's go to the newspaper office, guys.
The Tribune's open, but none of the journalists are
Oh,
there.
that's right.
The typesetters and cleaners can't help me.
Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to our watch, and we're going to manipulate this. And what time is it right now? It is like 8:30. Okay. So let's go ahead and turn it to 9. All right. Because the newspaper office opens at 9 o'clock,
I was
believe.
back at the newspaper office. You wouldn't read about it.
Sometimes that happens when
Hello,
you move
Frankie.
too fast.
How you doing?
Better than you. You look sick. You eating properly?
Yeah. Hey, come eat with me.
No thanks, no time. Besides, I thought you were still drinking your lunches.
She doesn't want donuts and coffee. What do you mean you don't want donuts and coffee, Frankie? All right, let's ask her about
Tell
Freddie
me
Creel.
about Freddie Creel.
The Creel murder? That story's a month old. It's all in the morgue.
All right. Well, since it's in the morgue, let's go ahead and ask the morgue.
What have you got on Freddie Creel?
And he brings us a story because they actually have something this time.
Seems that Freddie Creel was arrested a couple of times for minor offenses. But the big stop press was his death. On June 15th, Freddie lost a fight with a crusher at the O'Brien Foundry. Thumbs McKenzie was arrested and charged with Creel's murder.
I love these
Freddie
names.
was survived by a widow. There's no obit. I guess he wasn't a good citizen.
Oof. Ouch. No obit. Keep that in mind, guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and get something about Thumbs
What have you got
McKenzie.
on Thumbs McKenzie?
See what they got to say about him.
Thumbs McKenzie has been in and out of jail a dozen times on standover offenses. He's there right now, charged with tipping one Frederick Creel headfirst into an industrial crusher. No bail. Apparently, Thumbs and Freddy used to be friends.
Interesting. So now we've got some dirt on some people. We don't need to knock on the morgue for Louise Creel, but we are going to ask Frankie about Louise.
Tell me about Louise Creel.
She wasn't very cooperative when we tried to get a human interest angle on the late Freddy. She seems all right, just closed-mouthed. Pity she married a creep. All the good-looking dames seem to make that same mistake.
Not you.
Yeah,
Wait.
but it was a close call.
You just gotta keep throwing shade, don't you, or not Louise, but Frankie. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get out of here, guys. 'Cause
Ciao, Scott. That's Italian for shut the door behind you.
she likes to throw different words at different language, different words for goodbye at you. Anyway, we're gonna head right to the foundry. We gotta get there immediately, guys. And is it open?
The Foundry. It's dirty, loud, and unpleasant. No wonder Thumbs liked it here.
Alright, it's open. Yeah, it's open. Alright, guys. The foundry is not open very long, so I was really hoping to get in here. We don't have to go to Denton quite yet. Denton is open later than the foundry is, and so is the jail's open later than the foundry, too.
I paid the foreman $1 for directions to the murder machine. The smell of death was still hanging in the air.
Alright, there's a couple of things that we can do in here. First and foremost, you look around, and the magnifying glass goes straight to this.
The Crusher. If a machine had a soul, this one's would be blacker than Ralph's teeth.
Okay, so we're gonna go straight to the Crusher here, and look what happens. Okay, so that's important because if you open this and then you click on this, it will kill you for some reason, even though you're way out here. Apparently, Scott just sticks his head straight in there while he's operating this switch, and it crushes him. But I'm not going to do that because I saved a while ago. I don't want to go through all that again. Fun fact also, if you die in this game, it's called a dame over, not a game over. What's this? Ooh. It looks... Let's get our tire iron and see if that works. No. Alright, get ready for a little bit of moon logic, guys. Here it comes. Watch this. Everyone say it now. Chat, let's hear some moon logic. Moon logic! Take your tire iron, throw it in the crusher. Close the gate. And click.
Crushed. Now I can change a tire from under a garage door.
A garage door. What's funny is that the actor is American, so why is he saying garage or garage? Americans pronounce it garage, my man. I have no idea. Maybe one of the production crew tried to correct him, and the actor just didn't want to argue. Which actually might be the case. Anyway, let's take our flat tire iron now and get this. There it is, guys. That's how you get it.
A pencil from the Palm Tree Motel. Full of lead, like half the people who stay there.
Ahem. You would know, wouldn't you, Scott? Alright, let's check our inventory real quick and see how we're doing. Oh boy, we got 2 objects here. 2 objects. 2 objects more and our inventory's going to be full. Okay, there's one more thing we can do while we're here. So we might as well go ahead and do it. And I actually didn't get to do this during one of my playthroughs, so I'm kind of excited to do this. But we can go up to this time. And now we can take a look. Let's actually go ahead, sit up in this. And can we do anything in here? No. Let's take a look at this forklift. All right. What's? Oh, goodness me.
Cut wires. Looks like someone wanted this beast off the road.
Okay. Now get ready for some more moon logic. Chat, go ahead and say it. Moon logic. Anyway. Remember the silverware we bought earlier? Or that we stole earlier, rather. Take your spoon. Look at that. He connected it with a spoon. And now take your fork. Take the fork. And now you connect the other wire. You just connected with silverware. My God. All right. Here, let's close this. Close it. All right. Now we can work with this. Where do you turn this thing on? God, I know that we turn it on somehow, but I've forgotten how. Here, let me... No, put that back on, Scott. Come on, where's the ignition for this thing? No. Where's the ignition? Come on.
Oh, there it is.
See what I mean about Pixel Hunt, guys? Here, let's turn this on. There it is. Don't operate that, Scott. You don't have the training. Look at this guy. He just does whatever he wants.
A corpse. Something's going on, and it stinks worse than this guy.
All right, so we're just gonna...
who you were, pal. Carl Brewer.
Oh.
A dead detective is a bad omen. Things are getting messy.
All right, so let's just take all his money, because why not? All right. We're filthy rich now. Spoon logic. Yes, I know.
Carl Brewer.
Carl Brewer.
My ex-rival.
Well, one thing's for sure now, we're the only guys on the case, and we don't need anything else in his wallet now. We don't even need the money, honestly, but we took it anyway. I'm just gonna mosey on out of here now, and,
I left the corpse in the open for the foreman to see. A double murder. Now he can charge $2 for the tour. He's already called in the first customers, the city police. The Palm Tree Motel pencil could be a lead, or it could be a pencil.
We actually do not need to go to Carl Brewer's office at all, even though it's on the map here. But we do need to go to a couple of places. Now, the Palm Tree Motel we can go to at night, and Louise Creel's apartment we can go to anytime, too, at night. We need to go to the police station, all right? Mostly because we need to get rid of... Actually, did I get the donut yet? I forgot. Well, let's see if we can get some info out of him.
Cop stations are all either small square boxes or large square boxes. Ours is large on account of our citizens' natural tendency towards high spirits.
Actually, let me check my watch first. I forgot to go to the jail.
Anger.
That's the name on my license.
Let's see, what's the time on the watch here? Okay, we actually have a little bit of time. It's only 1 o'clock. That should be good enough. Let's ask him about Freddie Creel.
Tell me about Freddie Creel.
Small-time hood with big-time ambitions. Too bad for him. Ended up pitched head first into a crusher by one of his business partners.
And we'll ask him about... I don't know if we want to ask him about Carl Brewer. That might be a little messy. Let's ask him about Thumbs McKenzie.
Tell me about Thumbs McKenzie.
A two-bit thug who likes to use his hands. We nailed him at the scene of his last crime, the murder of Freddie Creel. Not a pretty sight.
The thing about this game a lot of the time is that realism tends to ensue, so you might not want to ask him about Carl Brewer, or else he might be suspicious later. I haven't tried that yet, so, you know, lots of luck. Lots of luck there.
Tell me about Louise Creel.
She's never done anything, except marry the wrong guy.
And do I have a donut in my inventory? I actually do have a donut. Go ahead and take that donut, dude. Here.
Thanks. I better get a refill.
You really want to give him the donut even if you don't need to, because you don't want to have a stale donut in your inventory.
A citation. Officer Wilson is getting a medal for bravery. Good for him.
Okay, we really don't need anything else in here right now. We don't even need to ask him anything, so... let's just get out of here, guys. Let's get out of here and go to the jail, because we need to talk to Thumbs McKenzie. Alright, let's go... Whoop. I was a little too fast there. Go to the jail now. And yeah, we got here with enough time. Alright. Oh, I was worried about that. This is actually going pretty well.
Built to keep undesirables out of public view. Some of the undesirables are on the wrong side of the bars. The smart ones. I asked to see Thumbs McKenzie. I was taken to the visiting room, and then they let Thumbs in. I had to stop myself from throwing him a peanut.
I don't get visitors. Who are you?
Name's Scott Anger. I need some information. I'm hoping you could help.
Okay.
Maybe.
Fun little fact here. This guy is actually the in-game body model for Scott Anger. Why they chose him out of all the people they could have chosen is beyond me. So every time you're looking at Scott's legs or his hands or anything where he's doing something and you actually see Scott Anger's body, this is the guy. Yeah. Like, why, dude? I guess it makes... It's kind of fridge brilliance because the guy's eating donuts all day, every day for, like, his one and only meal. I guess he would look something like this, wouldn't he? Okay, let's give him a cigarette and make him a little happier.
I like you. You're not here to set me up. I'll level with you.
This accent.
What do you want to know?
I think that was his memory, assuming he has one.
Oh my god. Alright, let's ask him about some stuff, huh?
Tell me about Dan Small.
Are you a friend of his?
Maybe. I haven't met him yet.
When you do, I want a word with him. He's a scrawny little chicken, but he's got plenty in the brains department.
Do you know where he is?
If I did, I wouldn't be sitting here. Me and him and Freddie Creel, we pulled a job about a month ago. Now, Freddie is dead. And I'm in here. You tell me where Dan is, Seamus?
Seamus, by the way, is just, it's a like a derogatory remark for a police officer. It's like a slur for a police officer, I guess. Or, well, they call him Seamus because Seamus is like an Irish term, right? And lots of Irish people became cops around this era, which is why they use like slang like that.
The wire mesh.
Whoops.
It might hold Thumbs, but it might not. There's just enough room to pass something flat down the side. You could probably fit Freddie Creel through there.
Alright, I meant to go in my inventory. Do I have anything else I need to give him? No, I don't think so. Let's ask him some more questions.
Tell me about Angela Donald.
That nightclub singer. She was a classy number. I was sure sorry to hear someone gave her the business.
Tell me about Freddie Creel.
I wish he was alive, so I could break both his legs. I thought he was an okay guy, and it turned out he was a no-good, lousy stiff. He called me to say to meet him for the payoff after the job. He said I was lucky to get 10%.
Wow.
When we'd agreed one trade. I got there, and Freddie was dead. Then the police showed.
Not gonna lie, Freddie sounds like kind of a dick. Yeah.
Tell me about Louise Creel.
She's a real
Getting out.
looker.
All right.
Her sister Angela was
See you
a
later,
looker,
Lucia.
too.
Hope to see you again sometime, my friend. All right, we can just run down the entire list here of what Thumbs has to say. All right. Yeah, it happens. It's relatively early where I am. It's only the evening where I am. Yeah. All right, night. Have a nice day at school. All right, we can ask him about Carl Brewer, too. He probably doesn't know anything, though.
Tell me about Carl Brewer.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, he doesn't know squat about Carl Brewer. And let's ask him about himself now.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm a good guy, mister. I don't make trouble. I stick up for my friends. Someone set me up and I'm taking the fall, but I ain't complaining.
All right, so we've pretty much exhausted all the stuff we can ask him about. And we can show him this.
Me and him and Freddie Creel, we pulled a job about a month ago. Now, Freddie is dead. And I'm in here. You tell me where Dan is, Seamus?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same spiel as you got when you asked him about Dan Small after you gave him the cigarette. So, you know, whatevs. All right, I think that we're pretty much done here. So here's what we can do. We'll just
Some story
make
had
our
the
exit.
honest ring of a man too stupid to lie convincingly. I was inclined to believe him. But if he didn't kill Freddy, who did?
And when we get out of here, we're going to check our watch. What does our watch say? Our watch says it is currently... Ooh, it's about 3:30. So it's about we're making pretty good time. We're all right. Now, we don't need to go to Louise Creel's until maybe a little later, I don't think. Well, you know what? We don't really need to go to the Palm Tree Motel until, we can go to the Palm Tree Motel pretty much any time. So let's go to Louise Creel's, guys. Let's head over there, and then maybe after that we'll head to Jake's joint. Let's get on over there.
Louise Creel's apartment block. A nice place. It's probably full of nice people with nice cats and nice dogs.
Now let's check out. Let's knock on the door here. This is like the one and only time we have to knock on the door, but check out Louise Creel's outfit.
Louise Creel stood 5'8" and 8.7 on the Richter scale.
Wee.
She had legs that wouldn't quit. I figured she'd be exhausting to be around. I'm Scott Anger. I'm a private investigator.
Look at those
I'm
feathers.
looking for Dan Small.
Well, you won't find him here, Mr. Anger. But come on in. Handsome strangers are all too rare these
Oh
days.
my goodness. She is such a flirt. Good God.
Make yourself at home, Mr.
Oh, I plan to, thank you. Alright, so here's what we can do. We're just gonna ask
I'd like
her.
to ask you some questions, Mrs. Creel.
I'm sure you would, Mr. Anger. Can I call you Scott?
I don't think so. Then I'll be calling you Lulu, you'll be calling me Scotty, and then we'll be running away together.
I know you would.
That's quite an imagination you have there, Mr. Anger.
I figure that pretty much everything she wears you would wear. Alright. We could run like the gamut of questions with her too.
Tell me about Dan Small.
One of my husband's associates. He visited once or twice when Frederick was alive.
Oh God, shoulder
When
pads.
did you last see him?
Don't do that.
I don't remember. I don't much care.
That's too 80s.
You don't like him, Mrs. Creel?
He doesn't like me. Sometimes I wonder if he talked Mackenzie into the murder. Who wants to find Mr. Small?
My client. I can't say more than that, Mrs. Creel.
Of course not. I should have remembered to respect your secrets while you were making free with mine.
Oh, wow. She's kind of, she's a little... Let's turn off the music here.
I'm glad you feel at home, Mr. Anger. But I thought you were here to see me.
Oh, I am, Louise. Lulu. She, like I said, she is such a flirt. But don't let yourself get fooled by her. You gotta stay strong.
Tell me about Angela Donald.
Of course. I remember now. The detective who was with her when she died.
That was me.
I looked for you.
So did I. I found me again. It took a month.
Angela and I were sisters. We had different fathers. Good-looking, worthless heels, the pair of them. I'm not surprised she never told you about
Fair
them.
enough.
We couldn't stand each other.
We hardly saw each other in the last few years, but since she's been dead, I felt so hollow inside, as if a part of me was dead.
She is playing it so cool and so coy. Good Lord. Wait till you see her when she's in her other outfit, when you see her like on one of these other days. All right, so we can ask her about her husband.
Tell me about Freddie Creel.
My husband was a man, Mr. Anger. Not a good one or a bad one. He deserved better than he got.
I don't
Did
think
he?
so. He got you.
Thank you, Scott.
What did your husband do exactly, Mrs. Creel?
Nothing much. He inherited. Some from his family and some from me. I think he had other ways of making money, but he never talked them over with me.
So what you're saying is that Freddie was a gold digger. That's interesting. Let's ask her about herself and see how she plays it.
Tell me about yourself.
You first.
I'm Scott Anger, self-employed as an investigator. Not married, no pets, children, or ulcers that I know of.
The things we don't know are always the most interesting.
You haven't told me about yourself.
No, I haven't, Mr. Anger. But then again, neither have you.
She's such a flirt, and Scott is just encouraging her, I swear. It's ridiculous. The whole time you're in here, you kind of just want to scream at them, just get a room already, for God's sakes. Let's ask her about Carl Brewer.
Tell
Why
me
not?
about Carl Brewer.
Oh, surely we have more interesting things to talk about.
Now wait, I figured she'd do that. Now wait and see what she does when you ask her about Thumbs.
Tell me about Thumbs Mackenzie.
I hope he burns.
Close up.
I hope they fry him to a crisp.
Yeah, sunny side up.
Why did
so
they do
why
the
do you think he
extreme
killed your
close-up?
husband?
He said that Frederick owed him some money. That's a lie. Frederick would have told me. I'd never seen the man before.
Yeah, I buy that. Okay, so we don't want to go playing around with too much in her apartment here, or else she's going to get angry and pull out a gun. And I would show you, but I really, really don't want to do that. There is one thing we can do here, though. We can check this out. Over on the mantelpiece here, there is a decanter of whiskey, I think.
Go ahead and pour yourself a drink, Mr. Anger. I'll get you some ice.
She's very accommodating. Now, while she's in there getting ice, you want to
I'm
grab...
sure she won't miss this.
Okay, just take that, and now inventory her keys. Get out of there. She'll be back shortly with the ice, and you want to do that pretty fast, because right about very soon, she'll be back. There she is.
Actually, thanks but no thanks, Mrs. Creel. Alcohol and I are currently undergoing a trial separation.
Didn't they give you visiting rights?
Yeah, but I sold them.
All right, this is going to buy you a little bit more time. So let's go over here, and come on, get out the keys. You know, sometimes the inventory is a little touch and go. We're going to go in here, unlock this bad boy, take this cigar box. Yeah, cigar box. Put it on this table here. This is the only place you can put it. Okay, and now let's take a look.
Holiday snaps. Or maybe not. Here's one of Louise standing out front of the First National Bank down on Main. It's not one of the 7 wonders of the world. I think the interest here was not in the architecture.
And with
A
that,
glass cabinet full of crystal.
Come on.
This is not a good room in which to play baseball.
get in there, Scott. Let's put the shoebox, or I guess it's a shoebox, my bad. Alright, so we'll put that back. Now, you want to put the keys back in her purse, because once she comes out, she's going to look in her purse, and she'll notice if her keys are gone. But she won't notice the hairpin. Now, you just want to look at that, and then put it back, because now you're going to know it's there. And we don't have to wait for her, really. What time is it, by the way? Let's check the watch. And it is currently... Oh, it's currently 4:45. Can we get back to the
she
jail?
seemed to like me, but I didn't learn much. I need to get a better look around the joint without Mrs. Creel watching.
Yeah, don't worry.
When she's looking right at me. Somehow I don't much care where Dan Small has got to.
We are going to get a better look at her apartment.
Visiting hours are over for the day.
Yeah, we can't get back there.
Going out there.
Alright, that's about all we can do over there for now. Now, if we go to the police station, we might be able... We can't go to the First National Bank, but we might be able to go to the police station and ask Denton a little bit more. We can also go to the Palm Tree Motel. But I'm not going to go there quite yet. Quite yet. I'm going to go to the police station.
The police station again. The architecture hasn't improved any since the last time I saw it.
And hopefully we're not going to need like a donut to get some,
That's the name
some
on my
info
shield.
out of this guy. He's got the evidence from Carl Brewer. We don't need to ask. We don't need to look at any of it because we already got everything. Let's ask him about the First National.
What do you know about the diamond robbery at the First National?
Sparkle debarkle. That's a touchy subject around here. A lot of money went missing, and no sign of it anywhere.
Curious. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get out of here now because we don't need to ask him about anything else.
Stay out of trouble.
Honestly, we can just go right to... let's... You know what I'm going to do first? I want to go into my trunk and get my wrench. Don't go... the inventory in this game is so touchy. Okay. There we got it. Now, how many inventory spaces we got? We got enough. We got enough. Okay, let's go to the Palm Tree Motel. And then we're going to head to Jake's joint and play some poker. We got enough time that we can do this. And we're only on the second day, guys.
Palm Tree Motel. They built it right next to a bus shelter, and it's never recovered from the competition.
Look at this rundown joint.
Aloha.
They call it a Palm Tree Motel, and all they got is like the one tree and
Nice
sign in there.
place, if you think hospitals and prisons are the latest word in interior decorating.
There's literally nothing in here that screams Hawaiian, palm tree, exotic, tropical resting area at all. Here, let's take our photo of Dan Small here and show it to this guy.
This guy ever been here?
Ah, never seen him.
Alright, so the thing about this guy, he's real greasy, right? What you gotta do to get him to talk, you gotta grease his palm a little bit. So let's get out of 10 here.
Thanks, Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Well, what do you know?
The accent.
My memory's coming back. The
Love it.
mug in that mugshot you showed me was here about a month back.
Yep. June 15. He paid some money in advance, but that ran out last week. Still owes us $14.
14
Left
bucks?
his luggage.
That's exorbitant.
Kept it. He was in room 11.
Where's this luggage now?
Cost you $14 for a look.
14 bucks for a look. This guy's really cost me money. Alright, let's give him 14 bucks. Just pull out 14 bucks. And I don't know why it's 14 bucks, but it's 14 bucks.
It's all here.
Well, huzzah. Alright, there's two things we need in here. We need this photo. I'm gonna throw that in here, and then we need the stethoscope. And then we can just take a look at this
Dan's
luggage.
clothing. If someone leaves a motel without their clothes, it means one of three things. They left in a hurry, they left rich, or they left naked.
Well, that's about all we're gonna get out of that luggage there.
Makes a good footrest. Say, bud, I could tell you something else about that mugshot you showed me if I could just remember what it was.
Okay, you're catching his drift. He wants a little. You need to grease his palm a little bit more, so give him $1.
Does that help your memory?
That it does.
Mm.
You ain't the only private dick flashing that photo. Had a big guy in
I
a
am
few
now.
weeks ago. A New Yorker.
Carl Brewer.
Whoever. He didn't make it worth my while, so I didn't remember anything for him.
Poor Brewer. He couldn't even get into the Palm Tree Motel.
Good lord. Carl Brewer sounds like kind of a lousy PI. Alright, this guy doesn't know anything else, so we can just ask for the key at this point.
Give me 11.
It's busy.
It's
I can
busy.
put you in 13.
No thanks. Last time I stayed there, the rats woke me up to tell me the mice were eating my suit.
Suit yourself, wise guy.
This is not a nice hotel, in case you haven't noticed. Let's go right on upstairs.
Hey, buddy, can I use the bathroom?
At your own risk.
So, we gotta clear out this room, right? Because we need to get in here. So what are we gonna do? Any ideas? Well, do not disturb, huh? Well, I got some ideas. Let's go ahead.
Room 11. This looks just as awful as the lobby.
Straight to the point. Let's listen with our stethoscope.
Oh, hey, you might have heard this story before, but my wife found your lipstick on my collar, and I told her it was tomato ketchup.
Wow. This guy's cheating on his wife. Oh.
Sounds like a happy married couple. Shame it's not to each other.
Well, now that we've got a little bit of dirt on this guy, let's knock on the door and see what we can do with him.
Do not disturb, mister. Can't you read?
Put on some pants, you hairy weirdo. You freaking werewolf. Here's what you gotta do with this guy. Get out your camera and click on.
Seamus!
I don't know why she cares. It's his problem.
Free.
I love that they had to add the scream for effect.
I'd lost my camera. I hate divorce work.
Yeah, that's the problem. Okay. Yeah, okay, Scott. Alright, so we can get into the room two ways. We can use the hairpin, or we can buy a key.
Give me 11.
Give me $2.
There's your money.
Thanks. And I hope your stay is like a tropical holiday here at the Palm Tree Motel.
Alright, let's go upstairs and use the key. Alright, that was easy peasy, no problem, right? Throw that in the old inventory, turn the light on here so we know what we're doing. And let's take a look around, huh? This bed? That might do something. There's another light right here. Let's turn that on. And let's take a look. Let's take a look right here. Now, this sink seems a little...
I try not to wash in anything dirtier than I am.
It's dirty. It's a little stopped up.
I try not to wash in anything dirtier than I am.
So, you know, there's something we can do with this. We can get our wrench, and we can untwist this bad boy. And there's a little bit of treasure hidden within that pipe.
In the drain. Not bad.
It's a
I
little
wonder where
grody.
this little baby came from. I'd sure like to meet the rest of its family.
What were they doing with the sink there that all that brown water got caught in there? Did someone just like poop in the sink? Did someone just drop a big old dookie in there? That was foul, by the way. Why was it so nasty? What were the old man and that girl doing in here earlier? Were they just like, they were into some weird, I think. Here, let's move the bed. You click on the bed, it moves there. Now this is what we call red herring right here.
A cavity in the wall behind the bed. The perfect hiding place. So perfect, there's absolutely nothing in it.
See? Nothing there. You think there would be, but there's squat. But up here, let's take a look. Well, look at that. There's a key in the light. Isn't that curious? Now, I wonder what this is for.
A railway locker key. 29B. Looks like someone left something at the station. Something they wanted to hide.
Okay, so now we've got a pretty decent selection of things we to work with. We don't need to be in here anymore. We can maybe click on
It's
this.
empty. The guests must keep their skeletons in their closets at home.
But we're done in here. We can just get out of here. And we're done with this key. We don't need to go in there anymore. Look at that. We got exactly 15 items in here. Wow, that really worked out, didn't it? That was lucky. All right, let's give him the key.
Thanks. I hope your stay was like a tropical holiday here at the Palm Tree Motel.
Oh, it was. And now let's leave. And, oh God, what time is it? It's not too late. Okay, we're fine. It's only like, dude, it's not even that late. We're fine. Let's go to Jake's joint. Because we gotta play some poker, right? Got a few things we gotta ask
Jake's
about.
joint again. Another night of smoke and smart guys.
Hello there, Jake. If you try to ask him anything, he'll just tell you he doesn't like you.
Tell me about Dan Small.
I let you in, Anger. I still don't like you.
See, he hates you.
Don't push it.
Don't try to ask him
When
anything.
you lie down with dogs, you get up with fleas.
God, get back in there. There. Alright, let's... What can we do here? What can we do? Alright, we don't need to get anything or anything like that, so we can just... Well, we could use this photo on him.
You should have seen him dance. What a dream couple.
Oh, jeez, Anger. I guess no one likes to hear about his gal's other boyfriend.
Oh,
Who's
boy.
having another drink?
That's a tough break, huh, Scott? Yep, Angela was with another man, not just you. 2 boyfriends. How do you like that? I guess it's not awesome when you don't know about it. Alright, let's go ahead and play some cards. What do you say, guys? 135 bucks. We're doing alright right now. We're doing okay.
Which ones will I throw out?
This is the last time we really got to play poker, so... God, I don't know. I feel like... I'm gonna throw away the 4 for sure, then... I might regret this, but let's throw away the
I'll have 3.
I'll have 1.
Ah,
3 my
okay.
way.
3 cards.
Should have kept it. That was risky. I knew it was risky.
Gigi stayed.
That doesn't matter. We're just here for
Mickey
info.
stayed. Red stayed.
At least it was a quick game. Yeah, laugh it up, Red. Enjoy your win, Chuckles.
Okay, Scotty. What do you want to know?
We'll get him later. Okay, we don't need to ask about Louise Creel. We don't need to ask about Angela Donald. Let's ask about Thumbs McKenzie.
Tell me about Thumbs McKenzie.
Thumbs comes in here one time and tells everyone he's off to settle a score. Next thing we hear, Freddy's being mangled by some machine, and the cops have caught Thumbs with his finger on the button.
Let's play some
You mean his
cards.
thumb
Think
on
of
the
it
button?
itchy.
Or his thumbs, plural? That was a lame joke. I apologize for that joke. I deserve everything that happens to me in this game for making that joke. Anyways, lay down another buck and see what happens with these guys.
Which ones will I throw out?
Oh, man. Oh, boy. This is, Ooh. Well, we already got 3 of a kind, right? So let's go ahead and throw away these 2 and see what we get. Maybe we'll get
2,
lucky.
thanks, Mickey.
3 cards here.
3 my way.
Give me 2.
God, it was so close. I almost had 5 of a kind, a full house. Oh.
Gigi stayed.
I got 4 of a kind. Maybe that'll
Mickey
do it.
Stayed. Red raised. Gigi called. Mickey called.
Yeah, of course you win. 3 kings? Come on, man.
Okay,
Lame.
Scotty, what do you want to know?
I want to know about First
What
National.
do you know about the diamond robbery at the First National?
Sorry, Anger. We don't know nothing about that.
Oh, yeah,
Keep
yeah.
trying.
Yeah, you don't know nothing about that, do you? Okay, guys. I forget if we need to ask about Carl Brewer or not, but we'll go ahead and ask about it anyway. Why
Which
not?
ones will I throw out?
Oh boy. You know, this isn't like an awesome hand or anything, but let's throw out the 2 and 4 and yeah, it doesn't matter.
Mickey.
It doesn't
Three
matter.
cards here.
Okay, 2 kings.
My way.
Give me 2.
All right, 2 kings. That's not awesome, but
Gigi stayed.
I'm probably not gonna win.
Mickey stayed. Red raised.
Let's
Gigi
just get it
called.
over with, right?
Mickey called.
God, you've been winning every hand this time around, you cheater. Get out of here. Look at that hand. You kidding me?
Okay, Scotty. What do you want to know?
What do you know about
Tell
Carl
me
Brewer?
about Carl Brewer. We heard he tried to bench press a 2-ton pile of bars.
He was a bit depressed. Or at least his head was. That's funny.
You hated him, didn't you?
He was a little crushed, wasn't he?
Could get to hate you, Gigi.
Never mind. Let's just have a friendly game of cards. Who's deal?
Man, he learned a lot about the Foundry in no time flat, didn't he? Boom. All right, we're done here. We don't need to ask about Luis Creel.
Comes Mackenzie told people he was off to sort out Freddy. And the cops found him with a body. Either he was stupid, or he was set up to be stupid.
Let's go ahead and go back to Scott Enger's apartment. Or not his apartment, but his office, rather. I don't know why I call it his apartment. I guess because he sleeps there.
Back at my office.
And what time is it, by the way? Let's take a look at the watch, and ooh boy, it's getting a little late there, huh? It's been a lot of time.
Bedtime.
We're all right, though. We're all right. Now, how long did Anger sleep?
Sleeping Beauty has awakened.
Prince Charming, you ain't.
All right. What time is it? What time is it? It is a little later than I would like it to be, but it's still only 9:15, so we're okay. We're okay. Let's go ahead and, well, we're not going to save because it's going to take time if we do that.
Good luck, partner.
Likewise.
All right, so what I'm going to do first, we want to head to the diner. Or we want to head to the barber, rather. So let's do that. And we got to be pretty quick here. I was out a lot later than I really intended to be. But all the time really adds up. We're okay. We don't need to look at the paper. We're fine.
Towel time. Did you read about that guy Brewster? He was nosy. And now he's dead. Take care, Scott.
Oof. Yeah, I heard there, Mac. It's not a great situation for me. But I'm hot on the trail of a lead.
Do you believe it?
It does this every time, guys.
Yeah, I can cover you at 15-1, but no more with that kind of money.
There's a lot of the same video segments kind of repeated over and over.
Finish.
They're really trying to get as much mileage out of them as they can.
Got my nickel? Have a nice day, Scott.
All right, we're good
See you
here.
tomorrow, Scott.
We got our shave. Let's go to... I don't know that we really need to go to the diner, but let's go to the diner anyway.
Back at Meg's.
And we'll get some donuts and coffee.
Donuts and coffee.
Just in case we need it. Take that. Eat it,
I'm
of course.
full. I'll save this for later.
He's always full after eating a single donut, and this guy doesn't eat anything else, so I don't know how he's full, but whatever.
Here's a tip.
Where's the service?
It's all good. It's all good. I don't think that we really need to go. Well, let's go ahead to the newspaper office and get some dirt on the First National.
Extra. Seamus haunts newsroom.
It's really important
Soon they'll give me a byline.
that we don't dilly-dally.
Say, Frankie, do you still do a roast the way I like 'em?
Quit fishing for an invitation, Scott. Until we've both forgotten a little more.
Or remembered?
Always the wise guy. You'd wisecrack to the gates of hell. Sometimes it just isn't funny.
Sometimes it isn't meant to be.
I know I cheated on you, but would you mind making me dinner? I'm real hungry because I only eat donuts every day. All right.
What have you got on the first national diamond robbery? The First National's always in the news. The big story was the robbery on June 15th. 3 bandits got clean away with a load of diamonds. The police turned up just as 6 armed men did. They weren't just helpful citizens. There was a shootout before police captured the lot. The 6 are all in jail pending trial on firearm offenses. No bail. No further news of the diamonds.
Curious.
You're excited. I can tell your ears wiggle. See you later, Scott. I got a deadline to meet.
Yeah, she's just kicking me out, huh? All right.
That girl is up to something.
All right. Well, at least we got some dirt on the First National. Now, what we want to do, we want to go straight to the railway station, so let's get on over there. It's really important that we get to the railway station.
The railway station. In a heat wave. Must be hot on the tracks.
And it's not going to be hard for us to figure out what we've got to do here, because we got a key, right? We got a key. Let's go ahead and use the locker key. And we can go back out to the car if we need to, because I got a little bit of an inventory problem at this point. I'm being a little cavalier with my inventory. And we'll just take this. And look at this. Isn't that curious? Well, we're going to be able to use this, so let's go ahead and...
I'm carrying enough.
Yeah, see,
Any
this is what
more
happens.
and I'll have to hold a garage sale.
Garage sale. What's he...
Now I've got my own place to hide things.
You would think he's Australian with the way that he pronounces garage, but I don't think he is. I'm pretty sure he's American. Now, I'm going to hold on to this, but I can still move, all right? And what I'm going to do... I'm actually going to... Here's what we need to do. We're going to throw this in the trunk. Then we're going to take the fork. And we're going to get rid of the fork. Because we don't need the fork. We're going to get rid of the flat tire iron. Because we sure don't need that either. And let's take... Actually, I don't know that we really need the pencil. Yeah, we don't need the pencil. We can just toss that aside too. I wish I could just, like, stay in the trunk while I'm doing this. We need the hairpin. I don't know that we need the wrench. So let's just take the wrench and throw it in here. And we don't really need the locker key anymore. Alright, that clears up some space. Thank goodness, right? Okay, that's enough. Let's go to Louise Creel's apartment. Because as soon as we go there, we're going to learn a few things, I think.
Back at Louise Creel.
Now, let's see if she's home.
I hope she'll be pleased to see me.
Ah. It doesn't look like she's home.
No answer. Either she isn't home, or she didn't hear it.
Now, this is really important, guys. You want to knock twice. If you only knock once and then use the hairpin, she'll shoot you. But if you knock twice, she won't be home.
Definitely no one home.
Okay. Definitely no one home. So, get out your hairpin. And... look at that. We're now in Louise Creel's apartment. Now, what is... let's check our notebook again. Actually, we can go right here and use our stethoscope. Okay. Alright, so it's going to be like left 5.
That's it.
And now.
That's it.
Okay, and then we turn it 1.
That's it.
581 is the combo. You don't even really need the stethoscope as long as you know the combo. Alright, let's check this out and see what she's got.
Insurance papers. Looks like Louise will get a nice payout on Freddy's life insurance policy.
Well, well, well. Isn't that curious? She's gonna get quite the nice payout. And Freddy dies so conveniently.
Nah, I don't think it would take Mrs. Creel long to catch her thief if these went missing.
Alright, easy enough, right? Is there anything we can do? Maybe if we go through here?
Louise Creel might be asleep back there. I try not to enter a lady's bedroom unless I'm invited.
Yeah.
Or I'm getting paid by her husband to hide in the wardrobe and take photos.
She's almost
I
definitely...
think I'll find what I need in this room.
She's almost definitely asleep back there, and you don't really
it
need
looks
to go...
like Mrs. Creel's dearly departed was up to something involving the First National Bank. As for Mrs. Creel, she's a true innocent or a born liar.
Yeah, I'll let you decide which it is. Anyway, we're pretty much done with all this stuff. Well, we can go to the jail, I think. Come on. And we can ask Thumbs about, you know... We can ask Thumbs about the First National. We don't really need to ask Denton about anything, honestly.
Back in jail. It's good to come and go. It upsets the inmates. Thumbs took time out of an otherwise busy schedule to see me.
You again,
Schedule. Okay.
What's up?
The temperature.
Alright, let's ask him about the First National.
What do you know about the diamond robbery at the First National?
I heard about that. A nice haul for somebody, huh? Look, I might know something about that, but it'd have to be worth my while. You get me? Find Dan Small, and the three of us can have a little chat.
Okay, well that's curious. Maybe he knows something about Dan and Angela.
Yeah, that's Dan and Angela, all right. They was real close. Told each other everything.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. Man, he's got to stop carrying that picture around. That picture is too much. Oh man, we really need to get rid of this donut.
Some story had the honest ring of a man too stupid to lie convincingly. I was inclined to believe him. But if he didn't kill Freddy, who did?
Questions, huh?
Going my way.
Uh-oh.
It's rude to point a gun at a man without introducing yourself.
My mom always told me I had no manners. Hit him, Charlie.
Okay. So here's what we gotta do for this. We gotta hit Control and like I think it's F4 or F5 or something. Anyway.
I didn't know how long I'd been out. My head hurt and I stank of ether.
Well, looky here, Charlie. He's waking up.
I must have hit him pretty hard. Sorry, mister.
Where are the diamonds?
Same place as always, in the deck, with the clubs, hearts, and spades. My hands were tied. I blocked the punch with my face.
I'll ask again. Where are the diamonds?
Turn it over. The railway station.
Well, let's have a little look-see, shall we? You make yourself comfortable. Now, wait. Let us make you more comfortable.
Goodbye, mister.
It'll be goodbye forever if those sparklers ain't waiting for us.
They did a number on me. But I still got my wits and my teeth. Better start using them. That's using my head. Either I knocked out my hearing, or that's the world's quietest alarm. Looks like those two comedians took everything of value. In other words, they didn't take much. Whiskey. Lots of whiskey. Where was this place a month ago when I could have used it? For medicinal purposes only. Maybe not. A guy could drown in this much liquor. That's the world's quietest alarm. They could use some oil on this thing. Oh, and I could use some ice on these bruises. My car was outside with the keys in the ignition. Looks like hired goons only come in two varieties: dangerous and stupid. I didn't know how long I'd been out. It could have been hours or days. The streets were clear of garbage. It could have been years. The police station, still large, still square, still full of citizens who let their high spirits get away from them.
That's some shiner. You okay, Scott?
As long as I don't blink.
You feel like sharing the reason, or is it poison?
My search for Dan got mixed up with the First National diamond robbery. Some thugs thought I knew more than I let on, so they took me to a warehouse and tried to pound the diamonds out.
They sure ain't no judge of character. Give me the address, and I'll get right onto it.
I gave him all the details and showed him the scars. They helped the story.
I think it's fossilized.
That's just the glaze.
Thanks all the same, but I'm throwing it out.
Well, eat the whole.
Stay out of trouble.
Back at my office. A note. Looks like I had a visitor who got tired of waiting.
Scott, I need you urgently. Please come at once. Louise.
Louise Creel needs me urgently. Things are looking up.
Scott, you better have a damn good reason for being... Jesus. Lucky you don't have any good looks to spoil. What's the story?
I gave him the story.
Quite a vacation. I'm glad you survived. I had to give the Granger case to the Pinkertons, but I won't hold it against you. You missed some excitement here. We had a break-in. Things were messed up some.
This case is getting out of hand.
It ain't the first time we've been done over. It won't be the last.
I guess not.
Good night, partner.
Likewise.